Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here. You might have noticed our unusual setting today. Today we're actually going to be talking about setting and how we can use language to effectively create a sense of place. It's really important to ground your story in concrete details so that you can transport your audience to a particular place. Without those specific details, it's really difficult for your audience to anchor themselves in a particular place, and it's hard for them to develop a connection with the characters and their stories. So you can see that we're here in the bushland today, from the trees and the scrub, and you might notice the gum trees. So we're actually in the Australian bush. We might be in a national park. And it's light, you can see the sun coming through the trees, so we know that it's daytime. And these are all elements of setting. We've got time, we've got place. It's the visual imagery that shows you where we are. But that's just one sense that conveys the setting to us. You might be able to hear things as well. That's auditory imagery. And that helps establish a very particular setting. You might notice the magpies calling. And now notice that it's magpies, it's not seagulls, so that also communicates setting. In the particular details that you include, you communicate that very concrete, specific sense of place. You might not be able to smell or touch this setting, but you can imagine the dry earth beneath your feet. You could imagine the mentholy smell of the eucalyptus leaves. And those details also situate us and place us in this really concrete bushland setting. So to create a compelling setting, you can actually use some of these images that we've been collecting. That's a really effective way of grounding the audience in that place, instead of just telling them where they are. So for example, an approach to avoid would be, this story was set in the Australian bushland. We could instead focus on all of these particular images, like the sun filtering through the canopies of the eucalyptus trees, or the magpie song that you can hear, which indicates that it's morning, it gives us time, and it gives us place. So I don't know if this story is really set here. Why don't we go somewhere else? I don't actually think that our story is set in this setting. Why don't we go to the city? Much better. So you can apply this strategy to any setting. So what about this city setting? We can look for the concrete images that we can hear, that we can see. And actually, I think I see Jenny running. She's running for the tram. She can hear the rumbling of it coming down on the tracks down George Street and the hum of the morning traffic. So now it's your turn. Today we've looked at concrete imagery, so that you can use sounds and auditory images to situate your audience in a concrete setting.